Access your free language gifts right now before they expire. First, the All the Words and Phrases You Must Know About Love PDF ebook. Learn all the words and phrases for romance, love, and dating with this PDF ebook. Yours free, just in time for Valentine's Day. Second, the Love Conversation Cheat Sheet. Do you know how to ask someone out in your target language? With this new cheat sheet, master tons of romantic phrases. Download it for free right now. Third, can you talk about date ideas in your target language? With this quick lesson, you'll be able to say candlelit dinner, go on a long walk, have a picnic, and much more. Fourth, must know Valentine's Day vocabulary. If you can't talk about Valentine's Day, then this quick 1-minute vocabulary lesson is for you. Fifth, the 10 common phrases you'll need for a date. Learn how to say, "Are you free this weekend? Can I see you again?" and much more with this quick phrase lesson. And sixth, free language learning audiobooks. If you visit the link in the description, we'll send you our library of language learning audiobooks. Save them to your device and listen and learn. They're yours to keep forever. To get your gifts and language learning resources, click the link in the description below. Download them right now before they expire.
Hi everyone, welcome to Ask Kjin. My name is Kjin. 안녕하세요, Kjin입니다. In this series, I'll answer your Korean questions. So if you have any questions, please let me know by clicking the link in the description. Or you can go to koreanclass101.com/ask-kjin. So ask me any questions. Today I picked questions related to 받침, the final consonant in Korean, part 1. Here's the first question from Gretchen. Thank you, Gretchen. What is a 받침? So, let me show you what is 받침 in this word. 목요일. 목요일. 목요일 means Thursday. And do you see this square? This square kind of sounds like M in English, like 목, 목, 목. And do you see this sound? This sound is kind of like O, O, O. Now, let's see this. John, this is kind of like K. I put the English romanization here to help you understand, but Korean pronunciation is different from English pronunciation, so it's not exactly like K. But anyway, I broke down this syllable, so it's kind of like M-O-K. 목, 목, 목 in Korean. So the first one, this is consonant, right? This first syllable is not 받침, it's just first syllable. And do you see this? Jean, this is kind of like O sound. This is a vowel. This is not consonant. And K, K is a consonant. Yes. And this is a final consonant called 받침, 받침. So as you see here, Korean letter is consist of like this, consonant, vowel, and consonant. And the final consonant called 받침, 받침. And let's look at the second letter. Second letter is 짠. Do you see this circle? Circle is kind of like 0. It looks like 0. Which is tararan. This is 0. 0 sound. It has no sound. So when you see this circle at the beginning of the syllable, beginning of the letter, please remember that this has no sound. And now let's see this one. This is kind of like 요, 요, 요. So 목요일, this 목, second syllable, 요. And let's look at the third syllable. 짠, 짠, 짠. This is circle again. It means it has no sound. 부, 부, 부. And let's look at this. What is it like? E, E, E. This is E sound, E sound. And now let's look at the 받침, the final consonant. This is kind of like L sound. So it's 일, 일, 일. So, 짠, 목, 요, 일. 목요일, 목요일, it means Thursday. And there are only 2 받침 sound, which is 따라란, this, and this. The final consonant at the bottom. So, 짠, Korean letters are consist of these part. First, you always need to put consonant here. You always need the consonant. Well, if there is no consonant sound, then do you remember the circle, the ion, which has no sound? So you always need something here, the consonant part, this consonant part. If there's no sound, there's only vowel sound, then put this circle, ion. And you always need a vowel. And as you see here, vowel can come here, or vowel can come here, or it can even come hold this part. It depending on the shape of the vowel. And these two, this consonant and this vowel are so important. They are always together. They should always be together to make a sound in Korean. You cannot have only consonant, or you cannot have vowel only to make a Korean alphabet, Korean letter. You always need to combine these two, consonant and vowel, consonant and vowel. And if you want, you can put this final consonant, 받침, only if you want, or only if necessary. This is optional, but if you put final consonant here, anyway, it's called 받침, 받침. So let me show you some example. Do you know the name of Korea in Korean? Is 짠. This is the consonant H, kind of like H in English. And this is like sound, And this is kind of like N. So 한. And this is g, 한, 구. U sound is like G. This is U. This is kind of K. So 한국 is name of the country, South Korea in Korean. And what are the 받침 sound here? Now you know it. 받침 always comes at the bottom of the syllable, always bottom. It's optional, so some letters don't have 받침, but well, in this case, there are 받침. So for example, this is 받침. So these are 받침, and 받치ms are so important. And from this lesson and in the next few lessons, I'm going to introduce you about 받침. Here's the second question from Franklin. Thank you, Franklin. How many 받침 sounds are there? As you know now, 받치ms are basically consonant, and these are Korean consonant. Wow, there are so many, right? But don't worry, there are only seven sounds. Not so many, just 7. So although there are many consonants, we don't pronounce them all differently. There are only 7 sounds, and I'm going to show you 짠 like this now. So 짠, let's look at the pink one. Do you see the pink one? 짠, this 기역. So this is kind of like G sound if you use it at the beginning of the syllable. 짠, this too. This is kind of K sound, and this is kind of like KK sound. Well, this is not KK sound, but well, in English, there's no alphabet that describes this sound. So in romanization, we use KK. So please understand that this is not exact pronunciation in English, but it's just romanized this way. So anyway, these 3 alphabets are pronounced same way, although they look different. So please remember this 기역 and this kiuk and this 쌍기역 have the same sound. That's why I put in the same color, this pink. Now let's look at the blue ones. Do you find the blue one? Yes, it's there, here, first. 비읍. And this is 피읍. And this is 쌍비읍. And they look different, but they are pronounced exactly the same way. Just like p at the end. But please know that Korean pronunciation are different. So how they are pronounced? I'll show you the first one, the pink ones first. Do you know this word? 목. It means neck or throat. 목. And in the romanization, the pronunciation is like this. M-O-K, muk, muk. But probably as an English speaker, you read like this, muk, muk. But nope, nope. Korean pronunciation is different. Korean K is different. As a 받침, it's not muk, but it's muk, muk. You just block your throat. You don't hear muk, right? Nope, nuk sound at the end. It's just like muk, muk, muk. So it means neck, neck. And if you wrote it like this kyuk sound, it's not showing. So I write it here. John, if you write it like muk or muk, Korean people will pronounce this exactly same way. But by the way, this sound, these letters don't exist, but I just wrote it as an example. Okay, so now let's look at this 비읍 sound. Do you know this word? 밥, 밥, 밥. It means cooked rice. It's rice, but it's cooked. It's not uncooked one. 밥, rice. Yum, yum, yum. So, well, with the romanization, it will be B-A-P, 밥. You will read like this, right? If you are not familiar with the Korean alphabet, it's 밥, 밥. But again, we don't have this p, p sound. It's just a 밥, 밥. That's it. It's not pop, pop. It's pop, pop, pop. So I wrote it as P sound here, P, 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 because, well, that's the official romanization rule, but we pronounce it differently. It's pop, pop, pop. Okay, so now let's look at the other one. Do you see the yellow ones? Yellow ones, there are so many, right? This, they are all different. They are all different here, but they are pronounced exactly same way. Kind of like T at the end. T at the end. So for example, I have this word. Do you know 곧? 곧. It means soon, soon. So I'll study soon. I'll study soon. 곧, 곧, 곧. So it means soon. And do you know this word? 곧, 곧. It means a place, place. So now I use different 받침, right? I use 전, different 받침. But the pronunciation is exactly same if they are used as a 받침. So for first one, I use this. Second one, I use this. 짠, 짠. So they look different, but the pronunciation is the same. So it looks like, oh, there are so many consonants, so many 받침, but actually there are only 3. So now we look at 3 sound, 3 different sound. The pink one, the kind of K sound, and the blue one, kind of P sound, and the yellow one, kind of T sound. And now let's look at the other ones. So 짠, how about this? How about this? This is relatively simple because when this sound is used at the beginning of the syllable and is kind of like N sound, kind of. And even when it's used at the bottom, which is the 받침 position, it is still N sound. Same for this 닐 sound, M sound, ing sound, they don't change their pronunciation. So for example, I have this word, 하늘. 하늘. There is just one 받침, right? One 받침. 하늘. This 릴, this 릴. 짠. So this is still pronounced as kind of like L. I don't like using the English pronunciation or English alphabet name when I introduce the Korean alphabet, but well, for beginners, it's still necessary, so I'm saying it is L, but it is different from L because it's a different language with different pronunciation. But anyway, 하늘, it means sky, sky. How about this? 산. Oh, now I'm talking about the nature. 산 means mountain, mountain. 산, 산, 산. There is one 받침 here and it's 산, 산. You hear the N sound at the end, right? Now I have this. Can you pronounce this? This means river. This, river. And I said this one, 짠, this one has no sound when it's used at the beginning of the syllable, right? But when it's used as 받침, 받침, the final consonant, then it has ng sound, ng, sound. So this is pronounced as 강, 강, 강. Do you hear? 강, 강, ng sound. So please remember this 이응, 이응 is very special. When it's used at the beginning of the syllable, then it has no sound. When it's used as a 받침, as a final consonant, then it sounds like ng. So 강, 강. So 짠, these are the 받침 sound, the basic 받침 pronunciation, and it's not so difficult. So when you pronounce 받침, please read out many times so you can get used to it. Here's the last question from Monty. Thank you, Monty. How does 이응 act as a 받침 placeholder? When the placeholder 이응 follows the syllable with 받침, the consonant in 받침 position replaces the 이응 consonant. What does that mean? So let me show you with these examples. 얼음, 얼음. 얼음 means ice, by the way. So when you read this letter by letter, this is like this. 얼음, 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 얼음. It's difficult to pronounce, right? So we make these sounds connected. How? You see this 이응, 이응. This looks like zero, no sound. Actually, it has no sound because it's waiting for a 받침 sound. It wants to steal the 받침 pronunciation. How? 짠, there is this 받침, kind of L sound, right? It goes here. So it's written as 얼음, 얼음, but when we actually pronounce this word, it's like 얼음, 얼음. It's not 얼음, 얼음, 얼음. It's hard to pronounce it. It's naturally connected. It's naturally linked, as in 얼음, 얼음, 얼음. Let's practice with another example, which is 그면, 그면, 그면. This circle, the placeholder 이응, 이응. It has no sound because it's waiting for 받침 sound, 받침. If there is any 받침 right before circle, placeholder, then 짠, these sounds goes here. So this placeholder steals the 받침 sound right before 이응, 이응, the circle. So when you read it letter by letter, it should sound like 금연, 금연, 금연. It's so difficult. So let's just link this sound as in 금연, 금연, 금연. It means no smoking. 금연, no smoking. And let's look at more examples. 음악, 음악. If you read letter by letter, the first word, this one, then it's 음악, music. But it should be linked. And in the linguistic term, we say lenition. But I don't like this difficult term, but it's just characteristic of 이응, the circle. It steals the 받침 sound. As in 음악, 음악. It's not 음악, but it goes here. 음악, 음악, music. Same here. Do you see placeholder? Is this placeholder? Nope. This is 받침. When it's used as a 받침, then remember the pronunciation is like this. ng. So what is the placeholder 이응? It's here. So it steals this sound as in just like 중국어. 중국어. 중국어 is Chinese language. 중국어. And now we have 짠, crocodile. Let's look at this. 짠, 짠. So yes, there is 받침 and there is circle, the 이응 placeholder. Wow, perfect. Then it's like 악어, crocodile. And now we have the graduation. Graduation in Korean is this. And you see this 받침 and placeholder. So it goes here as in 졸업. It means graduation. 졸업. And next we have 짬, 받침 and this circle placeholder. So it's still this sound as in 할인. Lastly, this goes here, right? So it's 폭우. It means heavy rain. So there are many words that includes this circle, placeholder in Korean. So please practice a lot so you can get used to it. That's it for this lesson. Today I answered 3 questions about 받침. If you have any other questions, click the link in the description or go to koreanclass101.com/ask-kjin. Thanks for watching. I'm Kjin and I'll see you on koreanclass101.com. 다음 시간에 봐요. Hi everyone, welcome to Ask Kjin. My name is Kjin. 안녕하세요, Kjin입니다. In this series, I'll answer your Korean questions. So if you have any questions, please let me know by clicking the link in the description. Or you can go to koreanclass101.com/ask-kjin. So ask me any questions. Today I picked questions related to 받침, part 2. Here's the first question from Sylvia. Thank you, Sylvia. How do I pronounce double consonant in 받침? As you see here, when the same consonants repeat on final consonant, there is no need to double. And you know what? 짠! You don't even have to memorize this because I don't even know any words that use these double consonant as 받침. I don't know any words using this 받침. So you don't need to memorize that. But still, in case you come across any new word that use this 받침, well, here's a pronunciation. 짠! You don't have to double the sound. You don't need to double the sound. No. So you don't have to double the sound, but just pronounce once. So first good example is this. 쌍기역. Is there any Korean words using this 쌍기역 as 받침? Yes, of course. So here's an example for you. Do you know this word? 밖. It means outside. And did you hear my pronunciation? 밖. So it's just pronounced in like this. 기역, just one 기역. You don't have to double the sound. We don't know how to double these sounds at 받침 position. So 밖 means outside. Then do you know this word? 수박. What does it mean? It means a watermelon. Yes, and these two words have different 받침, right? 수박 or 박. But did you hear the pronunciation? First, 박. This one, 수박. Same pronunciation. So, yes, even if 받침 is doubled, you don't have to pronounce it more strongly or any different way. Just think this is exactly same as this at 받침 position. Okay, great. And again, I want to give you a lot of examples using this and this and this 받침 words, but there's no words in Korean. How about this? Is there any words using this as 받침? Yes, we have it. For example, can you make the past tense in Korean? When you use the past tense, you will see this word a lot. 앗, 옷, hat. So these words has 전, at, had this 쌍시옷 as 받침. So when they are at 쌍시옷, when they are at 받침 position, the pronunciation is like this. at, had. But you know what? These words are never used alone. It always used with other syllables such as as어, 어써, 했어. So I don't know any words that ends with 쌍시옷 only. Nope. Do you see this? 쌍시옷 only. Nope. Nope. I won't hide this. Nope. I don't know any words. There's always other syllables after this 쌍시옷. So, but if you see any word that ends with this 쌍시옷 only, then the pronunciation will be at, het, het. But again, it's never used along this way. It's more like asọ, 어써, 했어. So, in short, I give you a lot of explanation, but if you remember this part only, then you learn the most important one, which is this one. This 쌍기역 at the 받침 position sounds like just normal 기역 as 수박, 박, same as normal 기역 받침 sound. That's it. I hope this is clear. Here's the second question from Travis. Thank you, Travis. How are two different consonants pronounced at the 받침 position? John, there are 11 combinations. And it seems very difficult, but don't worry. It's actually simpler than you think. So, when there are two different consonants are combined for final consonant, John, this is all. That's it. And did you notice something? Yes. So, do you see this? 짠. So, mostly the first 받침 sound is pronounced only. 짠. But there are only 3 sets of 받침 combination that have 짠, the second sound pronounced. What does it mean? What does it mean? So hard. So I prepared a lot of examples today, so don't worry. But the point is, as you see here, most of them are pronounced the first sound. When you see this different 받침 combination, you'll be pronouncing the first sound. But there are only 3 sets. 1, 2, 3. These 리을 기역, 리을 피읍, 리을 미음, these sounds are 짠. You need to be very careful and you pronounce the second sound, the one on the right. So I prepared lots of examples for you, so let's look at it together. And also, this is so important, so I want you to keep this slide on your notes or print it out and put it on your desk. Whatever is fine, but take a screenshot. It's important. Okay, so here are some examples. First, we have 목. Do you hear the pronunciation? I only use the first 받침, the 받침 on the left side, as in 목. By the way, 목 means share. It's your share, your cut, your portion. 목. And next we have 닭. For this, I pronounce the second, the 받침 on the right side, as in 닭. 닭 means 꼬꼬댁 in Korean, by the way. 꼬꼬댁, 꼬꼬. Yes, it's chicken. Okay, so next word is 값. It means price. 값. And next word we have is this. 읍다. I pronounce the one on the right? 읍다. It means to cite. You cite a poem. 읍다. And next we have this. 외골. 짠, it means single way or single mind. 외골. And we have this. 짠. 핥다. it means to leak. And we have this. 싫다. 싫다. It means to be distasteful, disgusting. Basically, you don't like something. So, 싫다. Again, I'm pronouncing the 받침 on the left side, the first 받침. And we have 여덟. 여덟. It means 8. 여덟. And this is a tricky one because this is a basic rule. So you are supposed to pronounce this one, the 받침, on the left side. But there are some exceptions. It comes here because of the exception. So the exception is 밟다. You stamp on it. 밟다. 밟다. So if it's not an exception, you are supposed to pronounce the first syllable as in 밟다. 밟다, right? And actually many Korean people also say 밟다. 밟다. It's confusing because it's an exception. But according to the National Institute of the Korean Language, it should be 따란 and 밟다. 밟다. If this 밥 is used before a consonant because 다 here start with a consonant, right? So that's why I say 밟다, 밟다. If we start with a vowel on this side, then it should be 밟은, 밟아. So the pronunciation changes. But if this second syllable has 자음 consonant, then you have to pronounce using this second 받침 sound as in 밟다, 밟다. And we also have the confusing words such as 넙죽하다 or 넙둥글다. So basically it's white, and also circle. So 넙죽하다 means it's wide and broad, and 넙둥글다 means it's wide, broad, plus it's also circle. This is not a common word to use in Korean, so please remember this exception is maybe so complicated for beginners, but well, if you take the Korean test, you might come across this because it's a very important part of Korean grammar, Korean pronunciation. Okay, so these are just exceptions. I'm just talking about exceptions now, but originally, if you follow the rule correctly, this 리을 비읍 should be included here and pronounce it in the first way, the first 받침, as in 여덟. Okay, now we have this word, 삼. Do you hear that? 삼. I didn't use the first 받침, I used the second 받침 sounds as in 삼. Yes, do you remember? These are 3 exceptions, 3 different combinations that use the last consonant. And next we have 앉다. Did you hear the pronunciation? Yes, it should be 안. You need to use the first consonant. And next, 앉다. Please use the first consonant too. So this first one, 앉다 means to sit down, and 않다 means not, N-O-T, not. So it's not, it's very negative, 앉다. And this one is 앉다. This sounds very similar, right? 앉다, sit down means 앉다, and this one, not, negative, not. 않다. So you will need to know how to differentiate these 2 sounds. 앉다, this one sounds like 앉다. This vowel. This one sounds like 않다. Why? Well, that's what we are going to learn in this 받침 lesson. So I'll explain it in next part. Here's the last question from Veronica. Thank you, Veronica. How should I pronounce 받침, 디귿, and 티읕 when followed by 이. When 디귿 or 티읕 are in the 받침 position and meet the syllable 이 specifically, the 디귿 or 티읕 will replace 이응 and be pronounced as 지 or 치. What does it mean? So let me explain with these examples. So this one, first word, 갓, 이. And if you don't have this palatalization, I don't like this term, but if you don't have this rule, then you pronounce this word like this. 가, 티, 가, 티. Why? Do you remember? This is a placeholder, so these sounds go here and as in 가, 티. But nope, this is an exception. When 티읕 meets 이 sound, these two combined and they become 치. So the correct pronunciation is not 같이, but it should be 같이, 같이. So 같이 means together, and you pronounce this as in 같이, not 같이. Then now let's look at the other example. Now it has 전, 맛, 이. And it should go here, right? So, so according to our 이응 rule, it should be 마디, right? Nope. Because of this rule, nope. This is an exception. So it's not 마디, but it should be 마지, 지. So please remember, if the 받침 디귿 meets 이, then it becomes 지. And if this 티읕 meets 이, then it becomes 치. So I have more examples for you to practice. So here are more examples. So first, we have this one. 짠, 티읕 that we learned. And 짠, this 이. So they should be combined as in 짠, 치. So let's pronounce this word together. 붙이다, 붙이다. 붙이다, it means to stick. To stick is a verb. And now we have this. I see 디귿 with 이. So what happens is these are combined as 지. So the pronunciation of this word is 해돋이. 해돋이. It means sunrise. And we have this. 짠, 여, 닷. 이 here. 문. 이, 여, 닷, 이, 문. So this yellow part is combined as 짜잔, 지. Right? So let's read it together. 여다지문. 여다지문. 여다지문 is not 여다디문. No. It's 여다지문. It means hinged door. And now let's look at this. The next syllable. Do you see this? 티읕. With 이. They are combined as in 치. So let's read it together. So 쇠, 부, 치, 쇠붙이. 쇠붙이. It means iron. And now we have, wait. I see 디귿. 디귿 here with 이. Then they are combined as 지. So it means beep, and the pronunciation is 턱바지. 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 So it's for babies. The last word we have is, do you see this? With 이. Yes, and they are combined as 짠, 치. So the pronunciation is 끝이다. 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 It's ended or to end, to finish. to be finished. So 끝이다, 끝이다. So please remember this pronunciation is very important because beginners make many mistakes here. So now you know how to pronounce this 디귿 and 티읕 with E sound, right? That's it for this lesson. Today I answered 3 questions about 받침. If you have any other questions, click the link in the description or go to koreanclass101.com/ask-Kjin. Thanks for watching. I'm Kjin and I'll see you on koreanclass101.com. 다음 시간에 봐요. Hi everyone, welcome to Ask Kjin. My name is Kjin. 안녕하세요, Kjin입니다. In this series, I'll answer your Korean questions. So if you have any questions, please let me know by clicking the link in the description. Or you can go to koreanclass101.com/ask-Kjin. So ask me any questions. Today I picked questions related to 받침 part 3. Here's the first question from Gerald. Thank you, Gerald. Why does 받침 make the next sound stronger? Right, 받침 makes the next sound stronger, but not all the time. So let's look at this. When one of this 기역, 디귿, or 비읍 is the consonant in the 받침 position, and the first consonant of the following syllable is pronounced as a double consonant. What? What does it mean? I'll make it simple, so don't worry. So let's look at the 받침 sound of this example. 짠, 학생. We have this word, 학생. 학생, it means a student. 학생. 짠, let's look at the first syllable, and it has this 기역 as 받침, right? 받침. So what happened is this sound get doubled. What does it mean? What does it mean? Don't worry, it's not so hard. So when there is this 기역 sound, 학, it's not 생. Next sound is not 생, it's 생, 학생, 학생. And it sounds hard, right? But actually, it happens very naturally. Korean people didn't make these pronunciation rules so complicated to confuse you. Nope, it's not like that. This pronunciation rule was made. It happened very naturally because it's easier to pronounce it. This 기역 in 받침 position, 학, basically you need to block your throat. These two. Another example is this. You block your throat. And these two, you block your mouth like hop, up, up, up. So basically, you block your throat or mouth, and the next sound, you have to open your eyes to make the sound, right? And naturally, the next sounds got stronger. Yes, it's a very natural one. So I'm introducing this as a rule, and that's why it looks complicated. But actually, my students make this sound very naturally, even without memorizing these rules. So please make sure to practice the words and read it out very, very loud. 학생! Like this. So you can actually train your Korean tongue muscle. So let's look at this. This is not 학생, 학생. Nope. The actual pronunciation is like this. 학생, 학생, because 학, you block, you stop your air from your throat. So the next sound is naturally got stronger. How about this? 웃다, 웃다. Do you know what it means? 웃다 means to laugh. Ha ha ha. 웃다, 웃다, ha ha ha. Or to smile. 웃다, 웃다. Do you hear my pronunciation? This is not 웃다, 웃다, 웃다. It's even harder to pronounce the next sound weakly. It naturally got so strong. So the next pronunciation is 웃다. Because this 웃. By the way, this looks 쉬워, But in 받침 pronunciation, it's more like 디귿. That's why it's categorized as this. So you stop your air from your throat. That's why the next sounds here, the da become ta. It's easier to pronounce it. 학생 웃다. Okay, I have more examples for you. Next word we have is instrument. In Korean, that is ak, and ki. Akki. And when you pronounce it quickly, it's akki. So there's a I would say throat blocking sound, ak. And the next sound is this, so it's naturally get doubled, as in akki. Just like akki. And how about this? We have another, this 기역 as 받침. So this sound is doubled, just like 식당. It's not 식당. It's harder to pronounce these two sound weakly. 식당 is easier. 식당. And next we have this. 짠, 악. So what happens is it becomes aksu. This got doubled like this. This too, this got doubled like this. This got doubled as this. So we double the sound, and it happens very naturally. If you read this word on your own and practice it a lot, you will understand it. Your tongue muscle will understand it and make these sound very naturally. Let's look at this. 짠, 갑. Again, air blocking sound, 갑. So naturally, these sounds got doubled. 갑자기 is hard. 갑자기 is easier. So this got doubled like this. 갑자기, suddenly. And we have this again, 택배. If you read it quickly, it becomes 택배. Parcel. Last word we have is 학. And this, what happens is these sounds got doubled, as in 학교. It's not 학교. No, 학교. School. So these rules are very important, so please remember. So if there is air blocking sounds such as 기역 or 디귿, 비읍, then the next consonant got doubled. Then, how about the consonant without the double sound? For example, 니은. There's no 니은. 이응. There's no 이응. So these are not applicable, but there are some consonants that can get doubled. For example, like 기역 can become this. And 디귿 can become 쌍디귿. And 비읍 become 쌍비읍. 시옷 become 쌍시옷. And I don't have space. 지읒 becomes 쌍지읒. So only the consonant that can get doubles. The other consonant that doesn't have the double consonant, you ignore that. And again, this happens very naturally because basically you block the air from your mouth or throat. So next consonant get stronger naturally. So practice a lot. Here's the second question from Chris. Thank you, Chris. How does a 흣 받침 affect the sound of another consonant? By the way, this pronunciation rule is called aspiration. You don't have to memorize this, but well, that's the name. So what is the rule? When one of 기역 or 디귿 or 비읍 or 지읒 meets 흣, then the pronunciation changes to its aspirated version, to this. Oh, I have example for you, so don't worry. So let's look at the example first and go back to this rule. 짜자자잔, we have this. 축, 축. This says this 기억 pronunciation. Now we have this 히읗. So 기억 and 히읗. 짠, they met. What happens is this 기억 is changed to its aspirated version, which is 기억. How? The pronunciation become 추, 카. These two sounds are combined as k, k, k sound. So when you see this 기억, 디귿, 비읍, 지읒. So these four sounds, if these four sounds meet 히읗, if they meet 히읗, this our bestie in this lesson, 히읗, what happens is they change to aspiration version like this. 기억, 디귿, 지읒. This is a bit tricky. 피읍. As in 크, 트, 프, 츠. Again, original is 그 changed to 크. This 드 changed to 트. This 부 changed to 프. 즈 changed to 츠. I wonder if you noticed. So basically, we mostly put this one line here. 짠, 짠. Well, in this case, it's two, but 츠. This one, do you see this blue line that I put? They are kind of like 히 sound. So what happens is, when there's 그 sound, and when you put more air, 그, it sounds similar to 그. And this too, 드 sound, and this 히읗 is more air sound, right? When this 디귿 sounds means more air, like it becomes 트, as in 드, naturally. And there are so many things, so let me make it a bit cleaner. This 푸, and you have more H sound, more air. 푸. It sounds similar to 푸. And we have this 즈. It means here with more air. 즈. It becomes 츠 sound. So when you memorize these things as a rule, then it's complicated. But when you actually read out this consonant with more air, 히읗, then it naturally becomes this sound. So actually, you don't need to memorize that, but you need to practice your Korean tongue muscle. Let's look at another example. 짠, 푸 sound, right? And it has more air. So what happens is, these are combined as 푸. They are combined. 짠! So it's not 입학. It's not 입학. No. It's 입학. We are not making this pronunciation rule, but it happens very naturally. When you pronounce these consonants, such as ch, and there is more air sound in the next consonant, naturally it becomes this and this aspirational version. So let's look at even more examples. Here we go. So 짠, the word that I have is to sit, to make someone sit. I sit you on this chair. So in Korean, that is 앉히다. Do you hear my pronunciation? We have this 즈 sound, and now we have this more air sound. So what happens is, these are combined as So the pronunciation is 안, 치다, 앉히다, 앉히다. Next, we have how in Korean. How. Okay, how. There is his sound here and followed by 짜자잔 this 기역. So they are combined as in 짠, 기역. So the pronunciation is not 어떻게, 어떻게. Nope. The natural pronunciation is 어떻게, 어떻게. Next, we have this. Ooh, this heel sound. 조, 조. And then when you pronounce it, there's 디귿 sound. So they are combined. How? 디귿 with 드 sound with a lot of air. 트. 트. So the pronunciation is 좋다. 좋다. It means to be good. To be good. Now we have this. 짠. 기역 with hit more air. And they are combined. How? Just like 기역 pronunciation. 크 pronunciation. 크, 크. See, there is just 기역 and this, oops, there was 전 기역, right? 기역. And since there is hit here, we put one more line. So the pronunciation is 역할. 역할. 역할 means role. So what is your role in this play? Or what is your role in this company, in this project? Role. 역할. 역할. Next, to widen. To make it broaden, or to make it broad, wide in Korean, that is 넓히다. 넓히다. Why is it P? 넓히? It's because you have B sound and more air sound here. They are combined as P, as in 넓히다. 넓히다, to widen. Last word we have is 맏형. 맏형. Do you hear my pronunciation? 맏, 디귿, 트. 드. With more air sound, they're combined as 트. So the pronunciation is not 맏형. 부. The correct pronunciation is 맏형. This means eldest brother. So I prepared lots of examples, and please read these a lot and train your tongue muscle so you can read these words very naturally. Here's the last question from Abigail. Thank you, Abigail. Why does a 받침 sound change with 히읗? Right. This is called special rules with 히읗. When nasal sound, 짜잔, 니은, 미음, 이응, and 리을 meet 히읗, what happens is 히읗 disappeared. This also applies to the double final consonant. 짠, I have examples for you, so let's look at it together. So, 짠, do you know this means? 좋아요. I like it, or oh, it's good. 좋아요, this is an expression. On Facebook, you click like, right? The like in Korean is 좋아요. So the like on Facebook or Instagram is 좋아요 in Korean. Anyway, this is an expression, means I like it or it's good. 좋아요. And did you just hear my pronunciation? 짜자자잔. I said 좋아요. Which means this 히 sound is gone. Why? Because this 히 sound is meeting this nasal sound. Bye-bye. When 히 and nasal sounds meet, they are gone. Bye-bye. So the pronunciation is 좋아요. Why? Because basically you're supposed to pronounce the nasal sound. N, M, B. And if there is more air, which is H sound, this heel sound, well, nothing happens. N, nothing happens. Even if you put more air, more heel sound, more air to nasal sound, nothing happened. That's why it's gone. Another example is this. 짠. This is opposite expression of 좋아요, which means I don't like it, I hate it, not good, no. 싫어요, 싫어요. And do you hear my pronunciation? This heel sound is gone. Bye-bye. Why? Because 짠, there is this 이응 here. 이응 and 히 meet, so they are gone. Bye-bye. So the pronunciation is 싫어요. 싫어요. Basically, they are 시 and 히 and 이응, they are combined and gone, right? 요. And what happens is 이응 here is a placeholder, so it still the consonant coming before 이응. This going here as in 싫어요, 싫어요. No, I don't like it. I hate it. No. 싫어요, 싫어요. Let's look at more examples. 짠, we have this one. Password in Korean is 아모, 아모. Well, there is this nasal sound and this more air. So you can pronounce it like 아모, 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 아모. And 짜자자자잔, that sounds like 아모, 아모. So basically it's gone. It's gone. So it goes to 짠, it goes to like this, as in 아모, 아모. So actually, even if you try to pronounce this H sound here as in 아모, 아모, Korean people recognize these sounds and these sounds the same. That's Korean. Next, we have this nurse. Nurse in Korean is 간호사, 간호사. This, we have nasal sound, right? 간, and here, they meet, and this sound is gone. This H sound is gone. So the pronunciation is 간호사, 간호사. Again, even if you pronounce this H sound as in 간호사, 간호사, or when you pronounce this as 간호사, Korean people don't recognize that. In daily life, to us, it sounds same. So what's the difference? I know in some countries, this K sound and KH sound are different, but Korean people don't distinguish them. So even if you say this is K, this is with more air, K, Korean people are like, really? They are same. So we don't distinguish them. So even if you pronounce with more H sound, we don't know as a native Korean. The next word we have is 좋은 책. 좋은 책, it means good book. 짠, we have 히 meets 이응. What happens is bye 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 here. So it becomes 좋은 책, 좋은 책, 좋은 책, good book. Next, I'm so shocked. This is incorrect. Sorry about that. Correct translation is culture. Sorry about that. So the pronunciation is 문화. This ni은, the nasal sounds meets this. What happens is it becomes 문화. So even if you pronounce this H sound, Korean people don't know if you pronounce H sounds or not. To us, 문화 and 문화, they sound same. Culture. Not, I don't like it. I love culture, by the way. Next, we have this one, a lot. This is an adverb. How does it sound like? We have here meets 이응, and that becomes 많이. It's not 많이. Nope. It's 많이. 많이, 많이, a lot, a lot. Last word that we have is to be piled up. Piled up is 쌓이다. 쌓이다. This hud means you. What happens is gone. Bye bye. Bye bye. So 쌓이다. 쌓이다. So please remember this hud. Hud with the nasal or the real sound. Usually the hud disappeared. Bye bye hud. Bye bye. That's it for this lesson. Today I answered 3 questions about 받침. If you have any other questions, click the link in the description or go to koreanclass101.com/ask-Kjin. Thanks for watching. I'm Kjin and I'll see you on koreanclass101.com. 다음 시간에 봐요.
Hi everybody, my name is Yeon. Welcome to the 2000 Core Korean Words and Phrases video series. Each lesson will help you learn new words, practice, and review what you've learned. Okay, let's get started. First is 사고방식, way of thinking. 사고방식, 사고방식, way of thinking. 나의 사고방식, my way of thinking. 나의 사고방식. 이의, objection. 이의, 이의, objection. 이의가 없다. have no objection. 이의가 없다. 활기찬, energetic. 활기찬, 활기찬, energetic. 활기찬 연설자, energetic speaker. 활기찬 연설자. 토론, discussion. 토론, 토론, discussion. 사업에 대한 토론, discussion about business. 사업에 대한 토론. 반대하다, disagree. 반대하다, 반대하다, disagree. 어떤 것에 반대하다, disagree on something. 어떤 것에 반대하다, 유지하다, maintain. 유지하다, 유지하다, maintain. 질서를 유지하다, maintain order. 질서를 유지하다. 바꾸다, change. 바꾸다, 바꾸다, change. 직업을 바꾸다, change an occupation. 직업을 바꾸다. 결정하다, decide. 결정하다, 결정하다, decide. 저녁 메뉴를 결정하다, decide on the dinner menu. 저녁 메뉴를 결정하다. 반대하다, oppose. 반대하다, 반대하다, oppose. 서로 반대하다. oppose one another. 서로 반대하다. 동의하다. agree. 동의하다. 동의하다. agree. 완전히 동의하다. completely agree. 완전히 동의하다. Let's review. Respond to the prompts by speaking aloud. First, you will hear a word or phrase in English. Respond in Korean, then repeat after me, focusing on pronunciation. Ready? Do you remember how to say way of thinking? 사고방식. 사고방식. And how to say objection. 이의. 이의. What about energetic? 활기찬. 활기찬. Do you remember how to say discussion? 토론. 토론. Let's try disagree. 반대하다. 반대하다. What about maintain? 유지하다. 유지하다. Now, let's see if you remember how to say change. 바꾸다. 바꾸다. Another one. What about decide? 결정하다. 결정하다. Do you remember how to say oppose? 반대하다. 반대하다. And finally, do you remember how to say agree? 동의하다. 동의하다. Well done. See you next time. 잘 가요. Hi everybody, my name is Yan. Welcome to the 2000 Core Korean Words and Phrases video series. Each lesson will help you learn new words, practice, and review what you've learned. Okay, let's get started. First is 알리다. Announce. 알리다. 알리다. Announce. 회사는 새 계획을 알렸고 모든 사람은 놀랐습니다. The company announced a new plan and everyone was shocked. 회사는 새 계획을 알렸고 모든 사람은 놀랐습니다. 회의를 열다. Hold a meeting. 회의를 열다. 회의를 열다. Hold a meeting. 회의를 열다. Hold a meeting. 회의를 열다. 승인하다. Approve. 승인하다. 승인하다. Approve. 계획을 승인하다. Approve of the plan. 계획을 승인하다. 비평하다. criticize. 비평하다. 비평하다. 하다. criticize. 비평해도 괜찮다. Okay to criticize. 비평해도 괜찮다. 제안하다. put forward. 제안하다. 제안하다. put forward. 그는 이 점에 대한 반대 의견을 제안했습니다. He put forward his objections on this point. 그는 이 점에 대한 반대 의견을 제안했습니다. 지지하다. support. 지지하다. 지지하다. support. 저를 지지해 주세요. support me. 저를 지지해 주세요. 믿다. believe. 믿다. 믿다. believe. 저는 당신을 믿습니다. I believe you. 저는 당신을 믿습니다. 연구. research. 연구. 연구. research. 연구실은 어디에 있나요? Where is the research lab? 연구실은 어디에 있나요? 요청. request. 요청. 요청. request. 요청사항이 뭔가요? What's your request? 요청사항이 뭔가요? 협상하다. negotiate. 협상하다. 협상하다. negotiate. 거래를 협상하다. negotiate a deal. 거래를 협상하다. Let's review. Respond to the prompts by speaking aloud. First, you will hear a word or phrase in English. Respond in Korean, then repeat after me, focusing on pronunciation. Ready? Do you remember how to say announce? 알리다. 알리다. And how to say hold a meeting? 회의를 열다. 회의를 열다. What about approve? 승인하다. 승인하다. Do you remember how to say criticize? 비평하다. 비평하다. Let's try put forward. 제안하다. 제안하다. What about support? 지지하다. 지지하다. Now, let's see if you remember how to say believe. 믿다. 믿다. Another one. What about research? 연구. 연구. Do you remember how to say request? 요청. 요청. And finally, do you remember how to say negotiate? 협상하다. 협상하다. Well done! See you next time. 잘 가요.
Hi everyone! Welcome to another Korean whiteboard lesson. My name is Keijin. 안녕하세요, Keijin입니다. In this lesson, you will learn essential social expressions in Korean. Let's get started. Okay, let's look at the vocabulary. First, we have 저기요. Excuse me. It literally means over there, over there. 저기 means over there, and you makes 저기 polite. So over there, which is like excuse me in English. 저기요. 저기요. Next we have 잠시만요, which means excuse me. It literally means just a moment. Just a moment. So 잠시 is like a while, moment. 만 is like only or just. And you again makes 잠시만 as a polite sentence. 잠시만요. 잠시만요. Excuse me. And now we want to answer. Yes, yes. Yes in Korean is 네? 네? Well, it literally means yes, and it's a polite way to say yes in Korean. 네? 네? Another way to answer this is 무슨 일이세요? 무슨 일이세요? It means what's up? 무슨 is like what? 일 means matter or issue. 이세요 is like is. So what matter is it? What issue is it? It literally like what's the matter? What's up? 무슨 일이세요? 무슨 일이세요? Next we have thank you. Do you know how to say thank you in Korean? It's 감사합니다. Thank you. This is very formal. 감사합니다. 감사합니다. We have another way to say thank you is 고마워요, meaning thank you, and it's informal polite. So what is informal polite? So first, without you, if you don't have any you here, it's just 고마워, 고마워. It's informal way to say thank you. It's like thanks in English. You can use it to your close friends or your family members or someone who is much younger than you. 고마워, 고마워. But you want to be a little bit more formal or polite. It's not completely formal, but a little bit more polite. So you put 요 at the end. So you say 고마워요, 고마워요, 고마워요. So you can use it to your neighbors, which you don't have to be too formal, but you can be still polite to them, right? So neighbors or older relatives, maybe your grandfather, grandmother, 고마워요. But please remember to say thank you to your close friends. It's just 고마워 without 요 at the end. If someone says 고마워 to you, how would you answer? Here you are. So you're welcome in Korean is 아니에요. 아니에요. It literally means no, that's not true. Not at all. Don't mention it. So 아니에요 means that's not true. So it can be translated as not at all. 아니에요. 아니에요. Another way to answer is 뭘요. 뭘요. 뭘 is shortened form of 뭐를. 뭐 means what. So it literally means what. What are you talking about? Don't mention that. It's okay. What? Don't mention it. 뭘요. Now we have sorry in Korean. It's 죄송합니다. 죄송합니다. It means sorry. And this is very formal. And among many expressions to say sorry, I would recommend you to memorize this first. 죄송합니다, which is the most formal version. Because when you apologize, it's always better to be formal and humble and polite, right? So 죄송합니다, it means sorry, is formal way to say sorry. 죄송합니다. 죄송합니다. Do you remember 고마워요, which is informal polite? To say thank you. For sorry, we have exactly same thing, which is 미안해요. 미안해요, it means sorry and is informal and polite. Again, what does it mean? First, 미안해, 미안해, these three letters. This means sorry, and you can use it to your close friends or someone who is younger than you, your family members. When you use informal language, say sorry. Saying sorry is 미안해, 미안해. But now you want to be a little bit more polite. For example, you are on the subway, and there are grandmother and grandfather who are very old, maybe in 70s, 80s. And they can probably say sorry to you, 미안해, but they want to be a little bit more polite. So they put 요 at the end. 미안해요, 미안해요. So in this case, it's still informal. They use this language to someone who is much younger than you, younger than them, but they put 요 at the end. Just like that, I use 미안해요 to my friends who is just maybe 1 or 2 years older than me. So our relationship is informal, but I still want to be polite because they're older than me. So in that case, I use 미안해요 just because 죄송합니다 is too much, too formal. And if someone says sorry to you in Korean, how would you answer? The answer is here. 괜찮아요. 괜찮아요. It literally means it's okay. It's okay. 괜찮아요. 괜찮아요. Another way to say is 아니에요. Do you remember this word? We learned it here to say not at all, to answer thank you. You can use this expression to answer sorry too. 아니에요. It's okay. Not at all. 아니에요. 아니에요. Let's look at our dialogue. While I read it, I want you to pay attention to the social expressions we learned today. See how they are used in the dialogue. In the apartment building laundry room, a young man is trying to put his clothes into the washing machine before he stopped. 저기요! Excuse me? 네? Yes? The neighbor that stopped him explains that that particular washing machine is out of order. The young man thanks the neighbor. 아, 감사합니다. Oh, thank you. 아니에요. Not at all. As the young man closes the washing machine, it makes a loud noise. So he apologizes for that. 죄송합니다. Sorry. 괜찮아요. It's okay. Here are more examples. Scenario 1. You are at a restaurant. You want to get a waiter's attention and ask for a spoon. How would you get his attention? 저기요. 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 숟가락 있어요? Excuse me, do you have a spoon? 저기요. 숟가락 있어요? Scenario 2. You have a meeting with a client, but you are late. You apologize sincerely. How would you say sorry formally? 죄송합니다. 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 많이 늦었네요. Sorry, I'm very late. 죄송합니다. 많이 늦었네요. Scenario 3. Your neighbor has bought you a hairpin as a present from her trip. You tell her thank you. How would you say that casually but still politely? 고마워요. 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 정말 예쁘네요. Thank you. It's so pretty. 고마워요. 정말 예쁘네요. Do you remember how to say excuse me? Literally meaning over there. 저기요. 저기요. And how to say excuse me, literally meaning just a moment. 잠시만요. 잠시만요. Do you remember how to respond? Yes. 네? 네? And how to say what's up? Literally meaning what's the matter? 무슨 일이세요? 무슨 일이세요? Do you remember the formal way to say thank you? 감사합니다. 감사합니다. And the informal yet polite way to say thank you? 고마워요. 고마워요. Do you remember how to say not at all? 아니에요. 아니에요. And how to say don't mention it? 뭘요? 뭘요? Do you remember the formal way to say sorry? 죄송합니다. 죄송합니다. And the informal yet polite way to say sorry? 미안해요. 미안해요. Do you remember how to say it's okay? 괜찮아요. 괜찮아요. And how to say it's okay, literally meaning not at all. 아니에요. 아니에요. In this lesson, we've learned essential social expressions in Korean. Thanks for watching. I'm Kejin and I'll see you on KoreanClass101.com. 다음 시간에 봐요.
Welcome to Year 2000 Core Korean Words and Phrases video series quiz. Each week, we will release a video teaching you new vocabulary. The following week, you will be given a quiz so you can test your progress. Click the link in the description. Let's learn and review the words for your test. But if you're ready, it's quiz time! 미디어 번역하다 인쇄, 이사회실, 회장, interpreter, translator, humorous, joke, impression. Great job on completing the quiz. If you didn't get 100%, don't worry. Just check out the previous video again to review the expressions we covered. But before you go, we have a free gift that you don't want to miss. Use it to expand your vocabulary. Click the link in the description below to download our Korean ebook with the core 2000 words for daily life situations. Welcome to Year 2000 Core Korean Words and Phrases video series quiz. Each week, we will release a video teaching you new vocabulary. The following week, you will be given a quiz so you can test your progress. Click the link in the description. Let's learn and review the words for your test. But if you're ready, it's quiz time! 사고방식, 이의, 활기찬, 토론, 반대하다, maintain, change, decide, oppose, agree. Great job on completing the quiz. If you didn't get 100%, don't worry. Just check out the previous video again to review the expressions we covered. But before you go, we have a free gift that you don't want to miss. Use it to expand your vocabulary. Click the link in the description below to download our Korean ebook with the core 2000 words for daily life situations.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Monthly Review, the monthly show on language learning, where you discover new learning strategies, motivational tips, study tools, and resources. By the way, all the lessons and bonuses you're about to see can be downloaded for free on our website. So click the link in the description right now to sign up for your free lifetime account. Okay, today's topic is your why will guarantee your language learning success. Did you know that your reason for learning a language can increase your chances of success? And if your reason isn't exactly a motivational one, did you know that you can actually increase your motivation? Stick around. Today, you'll discover 1. Why your why is crucial to your motivation, 2. How to increase your motivation to guarantee success, and much more. But first, if you're looking for new free language resources and downloads, here are this month's new lessons and resources. Be sure to download these now before we take them down in a few days. First, the How to Count to 1 Billion PDF ebook. Maybe you can count to 10 in your target language, but with this PDF ebook, you go all the way up to 1 billion. Download it for free right now. Second, our free must-know travel phrases PDF conversation cheat sheet. If you're a beginner and want to learn the language in 2024, these are some of the first phrases you should learn. To get your free resources, click the link in the description below right now. They're yours to keep forever. Now to today's topic. Your why will guarantee your 2024 language learning success. Part 1. Why your why is crucial to your motivation. What's your reason for learning the language? In other words, what is your why? The reason we ask about your reason is because your reason is directly related to your motivation. Anyway, the point is, the greater your motivation, the better your results, and the more likely you'll succeed with the language. For example, people learn a language because of a loved one, because they're interested in the culture or want to visit the country, because they're planning to live there. And the reason, your why, does play a role in just how motivated you'll be to learn the language. If you're going to live in that country, you'll need it to survive and handle everyday life, which means your motivation will be high, like a 10 out of 10 on the motivational scale, if there was one. If your family member is a native speaker, that's another strong reason to learn, maybe a 7 or 8 out of 10. But what if you just like the TV shows or music and want to understand them? Or what if you just like how the language sounds? Compared to reasons like, I need it to survive, your motivation may not be as high. So you can see just how your why is directly related to your motivation. Now, you may be watching this and thinking, hey, my reason isn't anything serious. Am I doomed? Of course not. A strong why can increase your motivation, but it does not guarantee language success. So stay calm. People with not so serious reasons can and do succeed. And we know this because we see with the not so serious learners using our system who go on to learn the language. They can and do indeed succeed. Of course, it's better if you have more motivation and a more motivational reason on your side. But the good news is there are ways to boost your motivation if your initial reason is not as serious as, I need the language to survive. And this is where we get into the second point. Part 2. how to increase your motivation to guarantee success. So what if you don't have a highly motivational reason to learn? Well, there is good news. If you stick with the language long enough, you'll discover that the reason why you started is not the reason why you continue. That point is worth repeating. The reason why you started will not be the reason why you continue. Reasons always change and evolve over time, and almost every learner experiences this when they stick with the language long enough. For example, if you started learning a language with a vocabulary app because you were slightly interested, one day you'll get the idea to study in that country or visit for a vacation. Maybe you'll become friends with native speakers. Maybe you'll sign up for a proficiency test. And your reason for continuing to learn is completely different from the reason why you started. But that depends on whether you stick with the language long enough. Now, what if your reason is a 2 out of 10 on the motivational scale, but you don't want to wait that long? Well, there are ways to take your low score and crank it up higher on the motivational scale, giving you a better chance of reaching your language learning goal. How? By making extra connections with the language right now instead of waiting for someday. What kind of connections? You'll find out now. Number 1, invest in a program. If you're using our program, you already made a connection. You invested, not just your time, but also your hard-earned money. And believe it or not, one way you can predict where a person will be in life is what they spend their time and money on right now. If a person spends time and money on fitness, there's a strong chance they'll become fit. If it's language, they'll become better at the language. If it's potato chips, well, you fill in the blanks. You need to spend time to get better, but money is kind of like energy. It allows you to do more and multiplies your results. Number 2, get a tutor or a teacher. Not only is that an extra connection to the language, it's also a relationship, which makes it more likely that you'll stick with the language. Number 3, start watching TV shows or movies in your target language. Look for music in that language that you enjoy. Number 4, visit a restaurant with dishes from the target country of that language. If you're learning Japanese, a Japanese restaurant. If French, a French restaurant. You may even get to practice a bit. Number 5, plan a trip to the country or enroll in a language proficiency test. Once you have a set date, you'll be more motivated to improve. These are just a few examples, but the point is, the more connections you make to the language, whether friends, music, TV, programs, and so on, the more the language becomes part of your life, and the stronger your motivation will be to actually master it. Thank you for watching this episode of Monthly Review. Next time, we'll talk about new topics and talking points, the easiest way to increase your speaking time. If you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. And if you're ready to finally learn language the fast, fun, and easy way, and start speaking from your very first lesson, get our complete learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account right now. Click the link in the description. See you next time. Bye. You want to understand real-life conversations in your target language, right? Well, what if you could immerse yourself in conversations, listen to them as much as you want, like with music, and start understanding and speaking more of your target language? Well, you can do all of this with the dialogue track. So stick around. Today, you'll discover how the dialogue track 1. Immerses you in the language, 2. Helps you memorize conversations easily, and 3. Gets you speaking more. But first, if you don't yet have access to our language learning system, sign up for a free lifetime account right now. Just click the link in the description to get your free lifetime account. So let's jump in. I'll guide you through our learning system so you get to see exactly what's inside and our members-only study tools. Okay, so let's take a look at what exactly the dialogue track is. So you can find a dialogue track in every single one of our lessons. So you'll find this main audio play button on every lesson page. And if you go down, you'll see this dialogue section that has a play button next to it. So this will play just the dialogue from the lesson. So you don't have to listen to the entire lesson again. If you want to just listen to the dialogue section, you can use this tool to do that. So just press play here and you'll listen to the dialogue. Each one's about 10 to 40 seconds.
Hey, Vicky.
Hi, Mike. How's it going?
Great. How about you? How are you doing?
Not so good.
Oh no, what's wrong?
Oh, classes start tomorrow.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So something that you can do with these dialogue tracks is download these, and you can also create a playlist with just the dialogue tracks. So if you really want to focus on just hearing your target language conversations, you can download multiple dialogue tracks from multiple lessons, create a playlist with that, and then listen to that. You can listen to one on repeat if you want to, like you would like a favorite song, for example. So this is really intended to help you focus just on those native conversation sections so that you can listen to the pronunciation, listen to intonation, and get used to the sounds of the language a little bit more easily, thus helping you to remember things and helping things stick in your brain a little bit faster. If you want to immerse yourself in the language and understand everyday conversations, then learn with our lessons and make sure to check out the dialogue track. The dialogue track gives you just the conversation of that lesson, no translations. So you can listen as much as you want and master the language. So, if you want to learn the language and get access to these learning tools and our learning system, sign up for a free lifetime account right now. Just click the link in the description to get your free lifetime account. Great work! Here's a reward. Speed up your language learning with our PDF lessons. Get all of our best PDF cheat sheets and ebooks for free. Just click the link in the description.